Hello everyone, welcome back. So finally we are here at Augment Guitars in Mentor, Ohio, and this is Ben. Hi Ben, how you doing?
Doing good today. How about you?
Pretty good. Why don't you explain what you do here?
Yeah. So this is my basement workshop here. Been at this location for about 2 years now. I run it out of my house, and I do setups, any guitar maintenance, modifications, repairs, things like that. And I also do my own builds, as you can see over here, from scratch. So
this is your brand?
Yes, this is my brand with the logo and everything. Move this heater here.
I like how you did that headstock for so you could have the straight string pull.
Yeah, you know, it's I wasn't, so that this one was kind of a prototype for a lot of things. A new headstock design like that, and it's not angled back or anything. So it was kind of prototype just to see if the headstock would work, because it actually has these locking tuners, and these locking tuners, you can get like the hip shot ones with staggered posts, and I used the 19 millimeter, the shortest staggered post for all of these, and it put enough downforce on these to not be able to use string trees. So
right.
That turned out really well, and I like really the look unique. Of that.
Yeah.
So,
and then what do you have in here for the inlays?
Yeah, so for the inlays, these are Recon stone. They're teal Recon stone.
So no plastic?
Like nope, no plastic.
This is for real deal stuff here.
Yep, it's all high-end stuff. I got a Tusk nut, hip shot tuners. This is Zero Coat fretboard.
What do you have for frets on there?
So these are stainless steel jumbos. So I use stainless steel on all my builds.
And I like how you did no pickup rings.
Yep, no pickup rings, just direct wood mount. These are Dimarzios. This is a 36th anniversary in the neck, and one of the newer ones that they released, I believe, 6 months ago. It's called a Fortitude, and it's like a vintage hot pickup. It's got a lot of clarity. Actually sounds really nice. So I got it in a satin nickel finish with black screw pieces.
What type of tremolo do you have on that there?
So this is a Wilkinson by Godo. It's the VN100, I believe. I think they have two versions of it, and this one is the better one. But it's actually really nice because everything locks right here. So as soon as you set all your intonation, action, height, all that stuff, you can lock everything down, and it's just not going to move. So it's super stable. It also has a combination of different styles with the trem. It's got a locking Allen screw right there, but you can also adjust the tension, and you can set it so it just stays there too. Right. And it feels really smooth. I like it a lot, and so it's threaded, and it has a locking, and it has like a little, you can see a plastic bushing there that keeps it just locked in there really nice. It's really smooth.
So you have a two-piece book match body?
Yep. So it's two-piece book match. It's maple. It actually, you can kind of see a little bit, but it actually had this really cool kind of like mineral deposit line V going on. It kind of disappeared when I put the stain on. But I think it looks really cool.
I can see a lot more figuring in it than what's showing on the camera right now, for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Spin around and take a look at the back of it.
So at the back, it's a solid maple neck. Also, what I do with my necks is I have an adjustable truss rod that you can adjust right here. It's a spoke, but I also put two carbon fiber support rods in there as well to help it from just seasonal changes and moving. Really stiffens it up, adds a lot of stability.
And I see that your backing plate and stuff are made out of wood, they're not plastic?
Yep, it's made out of the same wood, Zero Coat, as the fretboard right there. And I milled those out on my CNC machine.
Yeah, you got your logo there?
Yep, got the logo right there and the serial number. And this is a two-piece ash, swamp ash body. So I also like to put these jacks on the side. It's a Nutrix locking jack. So you put the cable in there, and it locks. It won't come out.
That's nice.
So
if you're up there gigging, you don't have to worry about falling out. And I like how you recess that too on the curve to get that to sit flat in there.
Yeah, I tried to make it so this bottom plate, you can't even see it if you're looking at it from the top. So
yeah, that looks really good.
But
I
other
like how you
things.
matched all the hardware too.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's really it's hard to find like all satin chrome stuff. Everyone kind of has their own flavor. You can
Right.
see these are a little bit different, but it kind of works out because the bridge is actually that way too. This one kind of looks more aluminum, and this
Right.
one's more on the nickel side too. So you know, it works, but I tried to match everything with that satin hardware feel.
That's the problem I was having with pickup covers. I had to order 3 different sets to get 2 that matched.
Right.
You know. So
I know it's so annoying with some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But
So you have another one over here too as
yeah.
well.
so this is a Tele, and this was
Well,
actually
before we move on to the next
Yeah.
one, what would something like this run?
Yeah. So for this one, I would say since it's got like a basic maple neck, doesn't have any too crazy woods besides like the Ziracote and stuff like that. This one would probably run you about 1,800.
That's really, really fair.
So I try to keep them within like the $1,500 to $2,200 range.
Right.
Just to keep them affordable.
Yep. I've
And-
noticed reselling guitars. That's where the sweet spot is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, because I know, you know, from playing in bands, you know, over the last, you know, 8 to 10 years, musicians don't have a lot of money. They don't have a lot of money to spend on
Right.
high-end stuff, so a lot of them stick to that, you know, $300 to $1,000 guitar range.
Right.
And if they could get something custom for maybe like twice that, then maybe they'll, you know, take the jump and buy a
Exactly.
custom build. So
Yeah. So you're a laid out guitar there for a Gibson Studio price.
Yes.
Or a Mexican Fender.
Yeah.
You know, so you can get an
So-
American built custom one-off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a way to go there.
definitely, and especially because I'm still building the brand and everything, I want
Right.
to get them out there, get people playing them, so it just
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So this next one, it's a little older. I think I finished this a year or so ago. This was actually, I've refinished. Funny enough, I've refinished this body probably 5 times.
Before you had it where you wanted it.
Yeah, and it's had about 3 different necks on it. So actually, this was probably the 3rd body I built.
Is that a bird's eye or burley maple?
So this is actually redwood burl.
okay.
So it's not stained or anything. That's just how it looks naturally.
So I was kind of right with the
Yeah.
burley part.
Yeah, and it's actually really funny because I built this body before kind of the internet kind of luthier, you know, community started,
Right.
and I bought this book matched burl top for $34 from Canada. Now the same top, if I were to buy it now, it's probably about $250.
Right.
you
Yeah,
know.
I've been looking
So
at
they're
woods.
crazy
Yeah.
prices, but it's a cool wood, and yeah, it's really cool. I had to stabilize it a bit. You can see a little bit of like, you know, kind of cracks. I also wanted to keep it more natural because that's what I like to do with a lot of my builds.
You can barely.
Yeah, you can see
barely
it.
but- and that's just from the thickness of it, right?
Yeah, the
And
thickness
drying
of it,
out.
and just kind of drying out and stuff
Yep.
like that, and just, you know, with the burls, it's kind of like unstable growth,
Right.
you
It's
know.
like
So
Swiss
it,
cheese.
yeah, exactly. So it just,
Yeah,
it's
everywhere.
just how it
there,
is. Yeah,
You could have a crack at every single spot on it. I guess.
exactly. So.
And I see you got the same kind of truss rod
Yep.
setup in this.
Yep, I like this because you don't have to take anything off. It's super easy to
Right.
adjust, and all you need is like I adjust that with just a normal screwdriver.
Right.
You don't need any special tools, or you don't have to worry about stripping anything out.
Right.
It just makes sense. I know a lot of modern companies are starting to use the spokes.
And I see you
A
have
lot
a
of them.
hardtail on this one.
Yep,
as well.
hardtail on this one. This is a hip shot. I like to use hip shot for most of my stuff because it's just good quality. When I order it, I know it's coming. And this is a kill switch.
Okay,
so I put
a
a.
bucket head
Yep.
style Telecaster. The
Exactly.
burly top.
Yep.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. So it's got a 3-way, and it's also got a coil split too.
Okay.
So.
So is that just the volume?
Yep, just a volume.
volume,
Yep,
so-
just a volume. So this is more of like a metal guitar.
Yep.
It's got some pretty high output pickups. These are bare knuckle pickups. It has an alder body. It has a tone block right here, too. Kind of a brushed aluminum
Well, look at this
plate
neck.
there, and then look at that. Yeah, the neck is.
That neck is sick. Wow. The hip shop lockers.
Hip shot locking tuners, and
Yeah.
I kind of did a two-tone, so I got black and chrome on there as
Yeah,
well,
that looks
so.
good. It really offset it. And it goes well because of the darkness of the guitar. Yeah, that looks really good. Highly impressed.
Well, thank you.
And what
Thank
do you have there for fretboard on that one?
So this is ebony.
Ebony?
It's more of a kind of like a streaky ebony. I know a lot of people just like the
Really dark.
really dark all black, but as you can see when we take a look at the woods, I like a lot of figuring in some of my woods. I think it adds a little bit of character.
My 76 that I just traded off had a solid ebony on it, and it looked fake, in all honesty.
Yeah.
It looked like it was made out of plastic or something. Oh, those are pretty.
So yeah, and these are ebony too.
That's, you know, this is like what Fender's using on their acoustic sonics that are just thousands of dollars. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool wood, you know, and you get like a piece that's your own, and you don't have another fretboard that's like yours, you know. I don't have, like, these are actually ebony too, so these are flamed ebony. And I just got these online probably like a couple weeks ago. So, there was a seller on eBay that was selling them, and I almost bought them all, so. Right? I was like, these are cool. So you rarely come across like flamed ebony and stuff like that, so.
And you can buy this kind of stuff on eBay, but if you don't know what you're doing with it, you're just going to have wood at home. That's it.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. But there's, you know, if for anyone trying to do this and you don't know where to buy wood, eBay is a great place to find, like, probably most of these. I think these fretboards are here on eBay. I bought this walnut blank on eBay. This was on eBay. This is Malaysian blackwood.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Super heavy.
So what are you going to use that for, a neck?
Yep, this will be for a neck.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see the outline of it right there.
Yeah, that's going to look good.
So that's pretty cool. And then walnut. What else do I got? This is roasted maple.
Oh yeah, that's really nice too. I like the darker tone to it.
Yeah.
It's not so bright. And it's in
you know, and that was roasted maple too on that headstock. And as soon as you put finish on it, it turns to that dark, almost like caramel color, and it's beautiful.
Flame maple.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the good thing about roasted maple is that it kind of bakes all the moisture, and the way it does get a little softer because the sugars kind of like crystallize and stuff with the baking process, but it's not susceptible to weather changes because the moisture is it's out of it. So it's a lot more stable, but you just have to watch when you work with it because it does like to kind of chip and fray out of it. It is a little softer, but it's more stable. So what else do we have here that I can show you? So with swamp ash, there's been over the last couple of years, a beetle that's been destroying a lot of the swamp ash trees. So prices have gone up. Good pieces are getting harder to find and stuff like that. So I decided to try something different. It's kind of it's a cross between, I would say, swamp ash and oak. This is, I believe it's I think it's sassafras. Sassafras, but it looks like ash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's probably about as a little lighter than mahogany. It's about the same weight as
like maple
ash. So
you think maple would be heavier than this?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But so I've never used it, but I'm gonna give it a go and see how it works. So there's one. I also have this one, which is pretty cool. This is black Limba.
Oh yeah.
And I just made an Explorer about 8 months ago, and I used black Limba and walnut.
Once you get some color and clear on it.
Yeah, really cool. They have like really cool patterns like that. You can find them that are really dark too.
And I see you're doing this one kind of a single cut style.
So these were just from whoever was selling it. They just kind of outline it so that you can get an idea of the size.
What you can get on it. I got
exactly. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with these ones. I know so there's this top. I'm going to use this top, this walnut top for, don't mind the water stain there, but this Claro walnut top for that. So
nice.
Pretty sweet.
And you'll use this as the butt end of it?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. That looks really good.
And then I got this other cool walnut top right here. It's got a little flame to it as well. Yeah. Pretty sweet.
You can see it. And there's grain going up and down this way as well. So once you get some clear on that and color, it's gonna
It's
just
pretty cool.
explode.
But as you can see, I got a lot of stuff to use
Yeah, you
that I
get
need to
busy.
use. And then one of the last ones here is, this is actually Rosewood.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
a cool Rosewood top.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I see there. Some people are using solid rosewood necks now as well.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
that's. I thought I had something down there that was like that, but I actually have. This is just a flame maple one, but I actually have, and I'm gonna make a Mustang. It's going to be shell pink, and I'm going to use that sassafras body, and then I'm going to do a solid ebony neck.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to try
That'll
that.
really pop out.
So I got this big chunk of
Yeah. Now are you
ebony
gonna
here.
do a set neck on that? That'd be a bolt-on neck.
it bolt on.
Bolt-on. Yeah.
So with this one and I'll bust out that one. So I'm using a plate right now, but what I'm going to do for the next few builds, and I did it for the Explorer that I have on my website, is that I'm going to use like recessed like ferrules, like the screws, and then shape the whole like neck joint so it just
Right.
feels a lot better than the
like
block
a full
with
access,
the plate.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
it'll
that'll
feel
look
kind of
really
like
good.
a almost like a neck through, but it'll be bolt on. So
Right.
I like bolt ons because I think they're just easier to work on.
Right.
You know, coming from a repair person, you can just, if you want to do like a fret level and all that,
Yep.
you just pop the neck off and it's so much easier to work with.
If you got a neck tooth you've been using for years and your body's
Yeah.
trashed or vice versa, you can just put a new part on it.
Exactly. So it just makes it easier to work on. And if you do it right, it plays the same as a set neck and
Right.
a neck through. So
So you're on Facebook?
yes, I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I have a reverb shop that I think I just have a couple, like I have some picks and stuff that I sell and shirts. And I think that's it. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I have a YouTube channel that I'm slowly building. I just need to edit some videos. But it's hard with, all the
Yep.
repair work and stuff like that. But those are the main ones that I use. And I also have a merch store. If you go to any of like my Facebook or Instagram, there's a link, and it actually has a bunch of links on there for all my links. It's a link that displays links. So
And they just search out Augment Guitar?
Yep.
Or is it Augment Guitars? or-
guitars. Yep. So Augment Guitars,
Okay.
plural. And yeah, if you search it, I'm the first one that comes up. So
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's take a look at the merch here.
yeah, so
There's your
I got
t-shirt.
some shirts that I sell online. And right now I have some picks as well. So I have some custom picks. These are Dunlop T3s. So it has the Jazz 3 tip, but it's a full-size pick.
Okay.
And it's a 0.88 millimeter thickness. I've been playing these for years. I love them, and they last a real long time. And so I decided to print a bunch of them off.
Absolutely.
So I sell those, and
I see
yep.
you got some key rings.
Yep. Oh yeah, and I usually throw these in with
Or those pins.
yeah, these are
They look like a key ring.
yeah,
to me.
pins, and I usually throw these in with all my orders and stuff like
Right.
that. So
Absolutely.
same with some stickers. I have some stickers that I throw in with all my orders. So if you order something, you'll get some other merch. So get some
and
other
I
stuff.
see you're
So-
working on some necks here that look really unique.
Yeah, let me bust these out. So I'll start with this one. So this one
Hold on.
goes.
Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm sorry.
sorry.
Here. I usually don't walk
There we
around
go,
with
there
this
we go.
thing.
So this is the one that I'm working on for a body that I'll get in a second here. This is roasted maple, Strat style. This is my kind of headstock design right here.
Yeah.
It's a mashup between a Telly and a Strat.
Yeah, I like that because it's bigger than the Telly.
Yep, just a little bit bigger. So ebony board, got some cool streaking.
Yeah.
I got some yellow recon stone on the sides and on the face there.
Yeah, that's nice that you're not using mother of toilet seat.
Yeah, yeah, and even on that one, that's real mother of pearl. So I never use any of the plastic stuff. So
Yeah, I hate when they do that.
yeah, you could tell.
Yep.
It's just you're not fooling anybody. So, yep. So stainless steel jumbo frets like the other ones, 24 frets, and it has the spoke as well that access. So, one thing I'm actually trying with these next couple necks is I'm using a different. So when you bevel the fret ends, usually it's like I think a 35 is what this is.
Right.
When you bevel the fret ends. So I'm trying. This is a 15. So the logic is you don't take as much off the sides, so you have more playing room. So if you do a lot of bends and stuff like that, that's less chance
You're not
to
going to push the string off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it a try for these next couple builds, see how I like it. I think it'll turn out good.
Innovative thinking.
It just makes sense. It just makes sense. So I'm trying it on all these necks that I have over here. So this next one is made out of cocobolo.
Yeah, that's really nice.
And ebony. And what I did with this one is I used aluminum tubing, and I made inlays out of that, and I filled the centers with black epoxy.
So that's nice. You're using real mother of pearl, steel, and real rock.
Yes.
Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And actually on the Explorer that I built, I used copper tubing instead of the aluminum.
Oh, I bet you that looked good too.
Yeah, it was really cool, really cool. I thought it was going to be a real pain to do, but it actually wasn't. I got a little jeweler's saw up there. I just sawed it flush, and then I just used a file and aluminum and copper, so kind of
and with no finish on it, eventually they'll get green like the gutters you see on them vintage homes. That'll look really cool too.
Yeah, a little patina to it.
Yeah.
So, but this one is actually a baritone. So this is a 27, I believe, 27-inch scale. All right. So 22 frets. So this one's actually, I'm going to make it for my buddy who owns a studio, Rewire Recording. He's down in the Little Italy area. He records a lot of metal and hard rock bands, and he's been looking for a baritone. So I'm going to have it in his studio for probably about 6 months to a year. Have a bunch of bands record on it.
Right, try it out.
Get
your name out there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I think that'll be good. So, and on this one, I don't know if you've ever seen the Evertune system. So the Evertune system, it's a bridge system that has a bunch of like springs that counteract the tension of the strings. So you can set it to like a desired tension, and it'll keep the strings just in tune indefinitely. So even if they stretch out a bit, the tension's always the same. So it's good for recording because you never have to retune. You're just like, you tune it once and it's just set dead on. So I'm going to put that one on this. I don't have a body yet, but I think it's going to be this black Limba and walnut one. I think that's what I'm going to use for it.
It's got some crazy stripes down it with the darker edges.
Really cool.
Yeah, that'll look really good.
So that's what I'm going to do with this one. So, and actually cool that this one has the copper inlays I was talking about. So there's the copper inlays there with the black epoxy in them. And you can see on the side too, I got it on the side. So some small tubing. So
yeah, that's really good.
This one was actually just like a spare parts neck. So I had this walnut neck, and this is the first neck I tried some of these fancy inlays on. So I was like, I'm just going to do a test run, a trial run. And I also used a new truss rod that I was trying out. I'm probably not going to use these. I'm just going to use the Stumac ones because I think they're a little bit more rigid, and I just think the quality's a little bit better. So, well, yeah, this one's just, I have no plans for this yet. So
you haven't even shaped that one yet, or this one. But
nope.
If you flip these over, you can take a look at all the work that he does just to get them shaped.
So yeah, I shape them up with, so I'll pull this out here. This is right here, Shinto Rasp.
Yep. And the video I seen on YouTube, you were using that
the Shinto Rasp.
On a telly neck,
yeah. You just kind of map it all out, and then you just go to town. You kind of, they call it faceting, where you kind of just take like little slivers off at a time, and then eventually you round it over, and it turns into a neck. So that thing is awesome. And then I'll get the body for this. So the template is still stuck on it because I needed to route it a little bit more for that Wilkinson trim, because I actually have it on that one. I have it floating a bit, so just enough where it's you can do some flutters and some cool stuff like that. So, but this is the body for this neck right here.
The one that you've already got shaped.
Yep. 24 frets. It's 3-piece mahogany. This one I'm going to spray once I get my spray booth shell pink.
Yeah,
so it's going to be shell pink with this, and it's going to have a floating trim. So I just need to route, as you can see, just a little bit more. I need to make another template for this that's a little bit bigger,
Right.
to account for the block that's in that trim. So,
Yeah, that's really nice. I like that.
and I got a little axis right here to make it a little bit more comfortable. This one's getting a plate because it was kind of the old design before I switched to using the neck ferrules, but yeah, it's still pretty comfortable. That's what that one has, and I've been playing it. That's going to be, since it was a prototype, I'm not selling that one, so that's my personal guitar. So, yep.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's my personal.
It looks really good.
Yeah. Plus, I think technically, Music Man has a patent on the 4.2 headstock.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, in all of North America. So.
Well, that's kind of blows.
Yeah, and nobody else can do a 4.2 headstock. That's why you don't see all the companies that do 4.2s are usually in like Europe and stuff like that. So they have a patent on the 4.2, which I think is ridiculous, but you know what I mean. So that's why I believe Carvin or Kiesel now.
Yep, Kiesel.
They went through a lawsuit probably, I think it was like 10 years ago, because they had a headstock like that, which I actually drew inspiration from because I liked it. It's the Holdsworth headstock. I think I like kind of cool compact headstocks. It's really comfortable, and it's like really easy to tune. It's really stable. But theirs used to be a 4.2, and they had to switch it because of that lawsuit. So that was the big lawsuit.
When you were
that
showing
put
me
that
the
in
back
place.
of it, and I seen the wood covers, I was trying to think of the name, and you just spit it out for me.
Yep.
Yeah, the Kiesels. They always do the wood covers and stuff, no plastic on them.
Yep.
So you're taking.
You got some really cool
right
stuff.
From them with all natural materials.
Yeah,
and,
it's just I like using that stuff. You know, it's fun. I feel like you put a little bit more like personal touches, like I can engrave stuff on it and stuff like that. And it seems and it looks higher quality because it's not just, you know, disposable plastic little plates. So.
Okay, so if you wanted to get a hold of you, they check you out on Facebook, Instagram, and Reverb. And if they wanted to contact you, email address?
Yeah, so it's augmentguitars@gmail.com.
Okay.
Super simple.
So there you guys go. If you want some custom work done, give this guy a call. We're going to end this video, and we got a couple more to do yet before we leave. So with that, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out Ben, and stay tuned.